So today, yeah, we are going to discussing to the new topic. So that is called the DML statements. So yeah, in yesterday's section, actually we have discussed to the some SOQL queries. So that SOQL queries continuously we are using to the different scenarios also, and at the same time we are using the DML statement also. So the main server side calls mainly we have to the one is the queries and one more is the DML operation. These two are the very important. We are fetching the data or we are inserting to the data or we are updating the data to the database. So these two are the very important. If you go for to the lightning also, these two is the mandatory. So we already we have the data in the database, right? I want to get that data. So I am looking into the data. Then I have modifying the data and updating to the data to the database. So this is the very important important of the queries and DML operations. SOSL still we are not discussed. After collections, we can discuss to the SOSL. So actually, we have the two types of the queries, SOQL and the SOSL. Okay, SOQL just we have discussed. SOSL we can discuss later. So now today we are going to start with to the DML statements. So in this agenda, we are going to discussing to the DML. So what is mean by the DML? Actually, the DML nothing but the data manipulated language. The data manipulated language. So in DML statements, mainly we have discussed today these points. What are the DML statements and what are the types of the DML operations and what is the difference between the DML statements and the DML methods. Okay, and we have to the go to the hands on to the DML statements and methods means we have to the real time tasks we can work on to that hands. Okay, so this is the agenda for the we are going to discuss. So now, so the first step is the so what is the DML? So the DML nothing but the data manipulated language. So if you are going to the any platform, not only the Salesforce, if you go for the Java, .NET, anywhere, so these are all the common points, inserting the data, updating the data. But little bit syntax is different for the different platforms. Okay. So now, so the DML operations mainly perform the so insert operation, update operation, upsert, delete, undelete the operations. So already you know, for example, if we are open to the one student record, so initially we fill the data, then click on the save button. What happened? Its record will be the created. That is called the insert. So already existing student record. What happened? We are just to open to the existing record. Just we can modify the some data. Again, click on save button, so it is automatically updating the data. Okay, updating the data. So and upset operation, delete operation and delete operations we can discuss to the one by one in depth also this. Sorry, DML is the one of the most part of the Apex. Just we have discussed a very important to the DML operations in the Apex coding. Yeah, any business changes, modifications committing to the database, we can commit it to the database. So we have the changes, some modify the some data. Then after we can communicating to the database or we commit to the database. So that is the mainly. So now, so what are the DML statements actually here? So the DML statements mainly insert, update, upsert, delete, and delete. So the mainly we have the DML statements are the insert, update, upsert, delete, and delete. So these are all the DML operations. Okay. So now, so here, so what are the insertion time? So we can mainly consider the we can give to the all mandatory fields data when we are going to insert a data. For example, in a student object, we can give to the any record. If we're not giving the data, what happened? It is automatically not inserted. Why? Because means we need to enter mandatory fields, red marks. So for example, if you are online also, you are going to apply the some forms or anything, they are going to mention that some it is a required fields. So when the inserting time, we can must and should give to the all mandatory fields data. That is the very important. And updating upset time, delete time, there is it's not an issue. At that time, we have the mandatory for the only record ID, which record you are going to update, which record you are going to update, right? So at that moment, we have the mandatory for the record ID. We have the record ID is the mandatory at that time. Insert or upset or delete or undelete. So upset, so first one is the only record is creation, and second one is the update is the just record is the updating. Okay. So some kind of scenarios, if already data exists in database, we are going to update. Otherwise, we are going to insert. Otherwise, we are going to the insert. Okay. So this is the combination of the insert and update. So for example, if you record hold the record ID, which record we are going to insert or update, which record we are going to insert or update, that record hold by the ID, it is automatically going to the update. That record doesn't hold the any ID. ID nothing but you don't confuse. For example, if we are coming to the any student or needs object. I'm sorry. So for example, I only one record. So this is the ID, right? So this is the ID for the this total information. This is total info hold by the under this ID. So if it is hold by this ID, so if it doesn't, if it is hold by this ID, it is going to the update. It will goes to the otherwise it will goes to the insert. Okay. So in insert, they have considered the sut. See here, upset combination. In update, they can pick to the only up. In insert, they can pick to the sut. Okay, that is the upset. The combination of the insert and update. From the update to, they can pick the up. From the insert to, they pick the sut. So upset operation. Okay. So upset operation. This is okay. So this is the mainly for the insert and update and upset. Delete already we know, right? Undelete means, for example, already we have the some data in the recycle bin. Again, we can restoring purpose. We are going to use to the undelete in the Salesforce. Okay. So we can discuss to the one by one some syntax. For example, we have declared right account ACC new account. ACC dot name equals to test account. Okay, test account. So insert ACC. This is the syntax. ACC is the here reference variable. In account object, we have the couple of fields, right? Account name, first name, last name, like that. So in account object, we have the name, industry, rating. These are all fields. For example, if you go for the student object, in student object, we have the first name, last name, father name, date of birth. These are all giving you the likes. Then finally, we can come to the insert AC. General also what happened, we are fill the all data in standard level, just we hit on to the save button, right? In save button, they are also written to the same logic in background. Insert ACC, they are written in the background. Background nothing but the, for example, so for example, here we have the edit, right? Some click onto the save button if you fill the new data or any. In the save button, they have writing the, they are written the that insert ACC or insert leader, anything, insert leader, anything they are written. Okay. Sorry. So now, So come to the next. So what are the types of operations in the DML? So mainly we have the two types of the operations. One is the directly insert ACC. One more is the it is the so the one more. So we have the database dot insert. It is also very important interview question. Very important question. They will ask to the what is the difference between the insert or database dot insert or database dot update or database dot delete. So any so generally in general they are asking to the what is the difference between the insert and database dot insert. Okay, so here I will explain to the next step to the that is the difference. So this is the standard like so here insert ACC. When we are going to the database dot insert ACC, this is the syntax. Both will be the coming to the database. Both are coming to the database. Both records will be the inserting to the database or updating to the database. Okay, just that is the mainly two types. But what is the difference between these two? What is the difference between these two? So, for example, if we are going to use the insert, if we are going to use the ML statements, insert. So, for example, I am inserting to the 5 records, or for example, 10 records. At a time, I am inserting to the 10 records. So, 10 records, for example, so any fifth or sixth record will get an error. Fifth or sixth will get an error. Means that is some mandatory fields are not matching. Some any validation rule will be the fired. So what happened? Total 10 records will not be the saved. Hello. Okay, once I will check it. Oh, sorry, internet is disconnected.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
So
a blank
okay, so
screen.
blank
Visible.
screen now it
No, no, it's
visible.
visible
Okay,
now. It's visible now.
okay, okay. So
Okay.
the difference, the mainly we have the two types of the DML operations.
Sir, are you
So that is
recording this?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So the mainly so here so two types. One is the standard format like we have the insert ACC like this. So and the second one is the so database dot insert. This is return type. We are going to store. So here we have to the database dot insert. Directly we can give the insert in the between like this. Okay. So the mainly so here we have the difference between the DMS statements and method. So for example, we are going to insert into the 10 records at a single shot. Like already we know right, data loader and data input wizard. What happened at that moment we are inserting to the at a time bulk data. So for example, I am going to insert into the 10 records. So out of 10 records, maybe sixth or seventh record get an error. So what happened? Total execution will be the stopped. Means total 10 records will not be the saved. Total 10 records will not be the saved. If 10 records successfully validate, then only committed to the database. If any one record get an error or any record is failed, automatically 10 records transactions will be the stopped. Okay, that is the database. Sorry, that is the insert operation, the DML statements. Okay, total execution will be the stop. And coming to the second one, that is the database dot insert. So for example, sorry. So if we occur to this, so for example, 10 records, right? When we are using the database dot insert or update, so what happened? For example, if we get the sixth record is the error, so that record will be the skipped. Rest of the records will be the executed. Means nine records will be the committed to the database. Out of 10 records, sixth record will be the error. We get an error. So remaining nine records will be the committed to the database. So already knew, I think you both are aware of the so data import wizard and the data loader, I hope. So Sujana is the she know the data loader and import wizard. Urvil, I think you have idea or I don't know that. So the behind story is the data loader or import wizard. They are used with this one only database dot insert. So yeah, Sujana, already you have observed right at that moment insert, update, upsert,
Yes.
export all. So the background they have implemented by this one. So in data loader, what happens? So if we are inserting the records, so we have the generated by the two Excel sheets, right? Two Excel sheets. One for the success file, one for the uh, failure errors, right? Why? Because means when the insertion time, it is segregated. It is segregated by the which records is success, which records is fail. So here we have stored in a database the save result. It is also interview question. They are asking what is the return type of the database dot insert. Interviewer will ask to the sometimes what is the return type of the database dot insert or update. So database dot save result. In the save result, it is hold the save the data. It is success or error. It is success or error. If it is success, one Excel sheet will be generated, right? If it is fail, it is generated by the another another sheet. So in coding level, we have to segregate. So our 10 records you are inserting, right? So, but I want to know which record is failed. It may be sixth record, it may be second record, it may be fourth record, right? We never expect, right? This record will be this. So based on the database dot save result, we can identify the which records is success, which records is fail. So this concept again will come to the we have the one another topic is there, that is the batch effects. At that time again we can discuss to the this is also okay. So that is the main difference between the database dot insert and insert. If you interviewer asked, you can explain like this. For example, we have the 10 records. We can inserting or updating the 10 records in single operation. So what happens if any record is failure, automatically total execution will be stopped at the insertion when we use the insert operation. At the same time, when we are using the database dot insert operations, the execution will be not be stopped if we get any error. Rest of the records will be the committed to the database. You can explain it like this. Okay, you can explain like this. This is the important to that. So these are the main differences. So interviewer you can explain. So the partial insertion is not supported. Partial insertion means that is out of 10 records, one record is failure, right? So total records will not be the here. So second one is the rollback is not supported. Rollback means, for example, if we are inserted or right, so one record is failure. Again, I want to roll back. So I don't want to get back to the data. That is not supported by the here. These are all very important. So you can keep in mind for the interviewer level. Just I am giving the insert and only right. It update also. Okay, same concept for the update or anything. So here if you use the DML statements bulk operation, the execution will be stopped. Why means? So if you get an any error, automatically stop to the rest of the records also. And one more, so it is not supported by the any null. So for example, just you are inserting the insert ACC. So we are not map the any data like this. Like this means ACC dot name you are not mapped any. So that type of null value is not supported. Okay. So these are the main difference. And one more, this is the very important last one. The parameter is the true. So the mainly, so syntax is like this, right? I am forgot to include that here. So so by default it is true. Default true means, so database dot insert. If you give the like this, by default it is comma separated. Actually true is there. So we have the database dot insert and database insert, right? By default value true. By default means you can just to give the like this, just to database dot insert you are giving now here, just you can give the like this. So by default it's considered as a true. Okay. So interior one more question will be asked to us. Database dot insert directly you can give the like this means directly it is the true only. So what is the difference between the true and false again? Right. Why we by default it's true, why we are going to use the false condition? So interviewer asked to the next question, some experience level. Okay, you are saying the differences like this, but I want to, I am using the database dot insert, but I want to stop the execution if any record is failure. So I am using to the database dot insert. I want to stop the execution when any record is failure. So at that moment, we are going to use the database dot insert, comma false. False we can give. When you are going to give the false, it is just like act as a insert. Just insert using na here we are just here we are using insert na. So that is the okay. So this is the main difference between the insert and database dot insert. So what most of the cases we are not using the false condition. By default it's true. We can use to that is only. Okay. So now this is the example. Just we have discussed on. I have the 5 records. It is the going to coming to the database. That is okay. So this is the so database dot insert is called the just a partial only. Partial means it is not fully committed. Some records is failure. Some records right. It is committed to the database directly. But initially it is checking total all records will be the checking, then finally coming to the database. Just what we have discussed, that is the example. We are inserting to the 10 records where 5 records is correct and the remaining 5 records are incorrect. When we are using to the DML, 10 records will be the failed because any one of the record incorrect or error, automatically 10 records will be the not created. And database dot insert, what happened, 5 records will be the successfully created, 5 records will not be the created. So this is again come to the, we can mostly use into the batch apex level database dot insert these items. Okay. So depending on the requirement we can choose to the anyone. Depending on the requirement we can choose to the insert ACCR database dot insert. Most of the scenarios we are using the this only. Most of the scenarios we are using the this. Okay. So bulk data and we have the batch apex, schedule apex is the separate topic. So at that scenarios we are using the database dot insert operation. This is Okay, so now up to is clear. Any queries? So
Mm.
yeah, now we'll go to the examples one by one. So come to the so hands on to. So for example, now we are going to insert a record. Okay, so I am going to take the one Apex class, uh, insert DML. You as for your understanding, I am giving the DML underscore insert controller. This is we are taking one Apex class. So what is the my requirement is the so I want to display some fields into the in UI, first name, last name, student first name, last name, and everything. Just I want to click onto the save button. I want to save that record to the database. So initially, what is my requirement? I want to display the student object fields, right? So how can we can display the student object fields? Public. We can take the student object API name. So student object stu setter method getter method. So now I'm going to define the constructor. So in constructor, so we have to memory allocation for this new student. So API name, right? New student save. So
Hello?
now I'm going to, yeah,
What is
yes,
this set and get?
setter and method getter method is the here. So I will explain once we can define this. I will explain. So I'm going to take the one Visual Force page, DML insert. Okay, insert. This is the our Visual Force page name. So this is the our controller. So now here Apex form Apex page block Apex page block section. So here title is the student information. So title student details. So in student details, first we have to display by the Apex input field value. So v dot sorry, it is lightning v dot. So now I'm going to take the student dot name. This is the first name. API name. This is the okay. So last name, date of birth, something any other field gender we are going to take. So student first name, last name, nothing but the API name is the name, and we are pick to the first name, and we are picking to the gender, and date of birth. So save. Okay. So now click on preview. So now I'm going to enter to the last name is the student or Urvila. Okay. So something initial T or something I'm giving. So I'm giving this some date. So something I'm giving like this. Okay. So what happened here? I'm giving the Urvila, T, gender, and date of birth, right? So as for the coding, these are all the fields, right? In this, what I am data, this data is we are mapping, right? That is called the setter method. That is the set. I'm going what I data giving that is the set to the that particular field that is called the setter method. In this first name, last name, or date of birth, gender, what I'm giving to that is the setter. Once you are setting a value in this, after that again I want to get the data. What you are mapped in that. I want to get that. Simple example in mobile when you are creating the new contact, name is this, phone is this, number is this, you are mapping, right? That is the setting. You are setting to the data to the that respective field. Name equals to this, phone number is this. That is the set. Once you click on done save, again I want to searching, right? That names, for example, ABC, I'm searching. What happened? That is the getting the data. That is getting. That is called getter method. So any variable I want to set the data and get the data. If you are not used this, it will not be considered as a it is not get to the data from the Apex class, and it is not come to set the data from the Apex class. Only internally we can use. If we are not giving this, we can just use to this STU only for this class. It is unable to we can use to the in the Visual Force page level, means in UI level. Okay, so this is important set and get method. Same concept we can use the in the Lightning also. In Lightning also set method, get methods we have. So we can map to the data means we can mapping to the data that is called the set. After again we get to the data purpose that is called the getter method, set and getter method. So now here I am mentioned this data, right? Then I want to insert. Then I want to the insert the data. Okay. Then I want to insert the data here. So that purpose. So I'm going to take the one action button. That is the Apex command button value. Sorry, value insert action. So insert rec insert record or insert student rec. We can give this some meaningful. So this method does not exist right in Apex class level. That's why it's throw an error. So now I'm going to defining public void insert rec. This is the method, our method name. So how we are going to insert the data to the database? So we can just give to the insert. Just can give to the insert STU. So I'm practically real-time example purpose. I'm taking the custom objects only. If you go for standard objects also same. Standard objects also same. Here you can give the standard object name, APA name, account, contact, lead, opportunity, case. So here you can just mention the similar syntax. So in account object, which kind of fields you want to display, your wish you can display to that fields only. And in a case object, which fields you want to display, you can display not only these fields. As for the client requirement, we can display the here, right? So you are the now the client only, right? You can your wish which fields you want to display, you can do it. So now here we have to the hit onto the save button, automatically save the record to the database. Okay, so now I am going to write the, so I am going to click onto the insert button or save button, your wish. So once I hit onto the save, so record successfully saved in the database. Successfully saved in the database. We come to the student object, just refresh the here. See here, now here is appear na. Just we have created this. Just we have been created this record, right? So this is Urvilati, date of birth, and gender, right? These are all the information we have. Okay? Like this, we have the displayed. So the operation is done, right? So we have created a record. Have a created a record. So same example, one more we have to try in the standard objects also. So in standard objects also same, just here we can give the insert stu, right? Instead of this, I am giving the database dot insert. Both will be the same. Okay. So now the difference is we can discuss to the next level step. Okay. Now I am going to click on Apex. Mhm. One more example, DML underscore database insert. So as per your understanding, I'm giving the naming conversions. This you can easy to go for the topic wise also. Okay. So for example, here I'm going to take the one standard object, public account ACC setter method, getter method. So public constructor. So constructor purpose is the when the class is invoked, automatically invoked by the constructor. So memory allocation for this account object. Okay, now we are coming to the Visual Force page, DML underscore database insert. So here we are going to define the controller. So controller. So here save. So again Apex form Apex page block. So here Apex page block section title account info. Just I'm giving the Apex input field value equals to. So what we have defined here, reference variable of the account ACC dot name apex input field value. So acc dot rating. So like this, just we have displayed the couple of fields. Now I'm going to take the one more. This is the command button value. So in this value we have to the insert. So action. So insert acc rec. Okay. So now I want to define it this method to the in our Apex class level. Public void. So here database dot base dot insert. So acc. Now we have this save. Now save. So now we click on review. So here test database insert record. Okay, just I am giving you this. Just I am selecting the one. Just hit onto the insert. So now come to the account object. You can check it out. See here, test database insert record. It is created right now. So out of the UI, both will be the same action. Both will be performed by the same action, right? So when using the insert or database dot insert, both will be the same. So difference is, for example, instead of you are giving the insert, right? So for example, I am not mentioned to the this record some mandatory fields. Any mandatory field in the student object level. So I'm taking a required field compulsory when the student record is creation time. This field compulsory they need to enter. They must be the enter to the when the email field. Without email field, they cannot be possible to insert a record. Okay. So now, so I'm going to refresh page this. See here, required field is missing. No? I am not hit under the any save button, but it is there. No? So here, for example, here I am giving the test. So and click on the hit button insert. Required fields are missing. It is throw an error, right? When we are using the insert operation. For example, I am going to hide this. Hide means single double lines you can give, single line will be total will be the hide. Data base dot insert stu you are giving. stu you are giving. So now you have the refresh the page. So test. Actually, it doesn't show on to error. Okay. So now was it show an error, but it is hold by the in the error message. It is hold by the error message. We have to segregate it, right? Database dot save result. When we are going to use the database dot save result time, it is Visual Force page, right? That's why it's directly showing to us. When we are going to use the database dot save result, this error message will be the holding to this required field. Okay. So that is I will show the bulk data once when we are coming to the Apex collections. So next topic will come to the Apex collections time. I will give this exactly which records is failure, which records is successful. Okay. So both will be the similar functionality. Both will be the similar functionality. Okay. Just a second. So actually here database dot insert stu dot false. See here, now it's not throw an error, right? It is not throw an any error. So, sorry for that. When we are giving it true, that is considered as a standard insert. It is considered as a standard insert. And when we are going to use the false, it will be the skip to the inserting. Now we are not getting any error, right? Did you observe, right? So I sorry for that. I told to the reverse. When we are going to use to the true, it is considered as a standard by default standard insert. When you are going to use this, see here, you are using the false, right? It doesn't insert to the database to the data any. If you want to come to the account object also, you can check it. Any is not created, right? Example, instead of this, you can mention to the true. So it is considered as a standard type. See here, it's throw an error, required fields are missing. If you get the anytime error, this type of errors also we can face to the real time. So which fields are missing? When insertion time, already I told, right? Insertion time, it is a mandatory for the required fields. All required fields are the mandatory. Okay. So that is the difference. So any doubts, any clarifications on this? Insert the inserting. So now we are going to look on to the next example on the update. So my requirement is the already we have the get data, right? One example already we have seen, like get mark details or get to student details. So this is the our query. We are getting the data to the from the database, right? So so my requirement I'm entering to the here student, right? get data. So actually it is totally in the read-only mode, right? But I want to, it is all the editable mode. I want it is editable. I want to change some data or something. Okay. So these are all I want to the editable mode. How we are going to look at that. Then I want to update it. Already this data exists in the database. Then I am going to update the data. So how we are going to update the data here? So now I'm going to take the one new Apex class. So DML update controller. Same, I'm going to take the one field this student ID. They are going to entering purpose to the student ID. Save. I'm going to take the one new Visual Force page. So our controller name is this. Save. So I want to display to the this student ID like this. Copy this. Save. I'm just to display the student ID. What is the brand? Okay. So I forgot to mention to the Apex form. So now it is saved. So now I'm going to enter to this button number. Then I want to get details. I want to display by the get details with the output format. So output format purpose. So we have to declare to the more student. This is the already we have declared. So same method we can use to the get data method. So this is the query, right? In get data method, what happened here? End user entering the data here, right? So what is their enter? This student ID hold by the set. It is set here. Set to the that student ID. Then when we are querying here na, which value hold by the this student ID? That is the getter method. That is called the getter method. So I'm fetching the name, first name, last name, email, and from the object. So I am fetching to the specific record. End user here entering with student ID. That record only I am fetching the from the base. That's why where condition. Where name equals to this. Where name equals to this. You regularly observe, right? For example, if you Gmail or Facebook, Twitter, when going to login time, you are giving the username and password. If your username or password doesn't match, it's throw an error, right? So they are returning the here in Gmail. You can imagine how many accounts in the world in the Gmail, right? If you just write the like this query, crores of records will come, right? Crores of records. So in Gmail account, so many, mostly each and everyone almost hold by at least 4 to 5 Gmails. So that's why where condition, they are written to the where condition where username is this and password this, then only enter to the database. Otherwise, display and message, error message, invalid username or password. That concept of also we can discuss. So that is the separate topic we can discuss later, how to handle to the error messages that. Okay. So that's why especially record we are fetching to the from the database. Now save. Now I'm going to display to the in Visual Force page student information. So earlier example, client is asking to the just to display the output only. But in this requirement, I want to edit the record also. So we have the get data button. So now save here. Output right by default, I'm giving to the input fields. Output means just to read only. Input means they can editable also. So now save this. See here. Get details. So this is mandatory filtered. Temporarily I'm giving something. So don't give it like this in the real time. I will explain how to handle to the mandatory fields also. Otherwise you can remove at this stage. We can discuss later these query student update fields. I'm going to handle to the data birth. In query also I'm adding to the data birth. For example, in a date of birth, you are not entered to the in this level. Okay. In query level, you are not added by the date of birth, but Visual Force page level, you are using to the, this field. So what happens? You can check it now. So now I am giving to the here something student get details. See here. So this kind of error message we will receive. A subject row retrieve via SOQL without querying a field. So actually date of birth field we are using in Visual Force page level, but we are not retrieving the from the database, right? Just we have retrieving the name, first name, father name only. Okay, so that is the very important. So this kind of errors will when you face, so you are not added the that field in the query. You can just go for the blindly when you are receiving this kind of error message. So you are not added the date of birth field. For example, adding date of birth field in the query. So I am not using the here. Just I am hiding now. Like this, we can hide to the lines and don't want to consider as a coding part. It is the just blank. It is not considered as a code. Okay, just to hide the code lines of the code. So now I am adding the date of birth field here, but I am not use the that date of birth field in the Visual Force page level. And so now I am going to say here date of birth field I am not using. Just I am clicking to the get details. So now it is display properly. So if you want to display the data, you can must and should query that field. We can must and should query that field. After querying the field, your wish, you can display, you can utilize it or not. That is the secondary. If you want to display that particular field, must and should query that field. I want to utilizing, right? I'm going to display that field. At that moment, must and should add it to the in the query. So in query level, compulsory we can give to the which fields we are going to display. So if you query, it's not a problem. You can utilize it or not. That is the secondary. If it is the secondary, that is okay. So now I am going to give to the date of birth also. So now, so it is saved. So I am going to enter to the some student 25. I am click on get the details. So here father name and date of birth it's not there at this particular student. Now I am going to enter to the father name is this something. Yeah, father 29. Just I am giving. So date of birth something I am giving to the so something 2000. So now I am going to update button. When the record creation time, I may not be entered by the father name or date of birth, right? So now again, I am going to update the data like this. I am going to update the data. So that's why. So here I'm going to take one more button, Apex command button. So value is the update action. So update student rec. Okay, close the tag here. So now, so here public void. So here we have to the update stu. Just we can give the update stu. So here update operation, right? We have the so now I am going to enter to the student and get details. So here for the 29. So click on update. When you start to the update this record, so okay, email we are mentioned right. So that is the email field is now we are mentioned to the required. So the is error. I'm going to change the email field again to the I'm removing to the required. So just now I'm going to update this record. So now we are not get any error. So now come to the student object. So T29, right? Student 29. See here, it is updated, right? It is the updated father name and date of birth. So like this, we are going to update the data. Just can give to the update operation. Okay. Update operation time. What happened here? Already we query right ID, student ID, total student record. We are going to update, right? That's why it is the updating. So now your tasks will be the, so here you can practice task one. So if you use the your wish, either standard object or custom object, okay, either standard object or custom object. So display latest created. Latest means just before created record. I want to display latest created student or account or your wish. Any object you can take or case your wish. Display latest created record. You can googling also, you can do it this, how to display latest created record. So display latest record means first what we need to do, we can query from the database, right? So after where clause we can add to the some syntax. So you can google it, how to display latest created record, only one record, not for the two three records. Latest created, so created record means always depending on to the creation date. Means see here, this is created by, right? This is the date. This is the modified date. Actually created date is the 29th and modified date is the today date. So you can try this one. Okay, one task is the display latest to created record. Any object your wish, student object or account or case object your wish. Task two. So for example, which object, which one you are going to write query, right? So marks object, what we have taken. So query. So uh, requirement is the case object. I am mention the object name. Uh, when I enter the case number, display the that case related information. That case record. It is just similar to same thing. Enter student ID, get details. I want to display. Okay, this is for the only SOQL. So same task you can do the same. Third one is the updated case. First one task you can do up to just to display, and second is just we have to change your input. These two similarly, these two scenarios. It is related to the this visual post. Just I am going to enter the student ID, get data means I want to display the data. This one. Then it is the update case. When I enter the case number, get data, when button clicks, I want to display the input field to the get case information. Then I can update to the that case. So you can practice these three tasks. Already I explained. Maybe this one only you little bit confused. But these two is already we have discussed. One is for the get student display, one for the DML update. Same like object is the different case object. Here we are using the student object, right? So once you can practice, I will give to the next level of the in this task. Okay. So any doubts, any queries, please let us know.
Yeah.
So please make practice. That is the very important when you are writing the line by line only. So initially you can take this already. I share your right credentials, so you can log in one by one. You can check it this.
Okay.
Okay, you can check it is one by one. So how to I am writing? You can also write
Yeah.
one by one. Any lines of code, it is
Right.
very n number of lines.
Right.